Hey girly girls. Alrighty, I am here with some packaging ideas for cards. And I'm going to show you three that are for if you are going to give like a set of cards. And then I'm going to show you one that is just for mailing like a single card. Okay, so the first one I'm going to show you, it's going to be using these really pretty vintage paper bags that a lot of you ladies on YouTube have. I was fortunate that I got some from Jo. She's so sweet. We met up. This was like well, I don't know how many months, Jo, do you think? Our first date. Sarah, Live, Love, and Scrap, and I and Jo met up, and we had lunch, and we went to Mike's, and she brought us both some of these little bags, and they're just perfect for what I wanted to do. I've done something like this before, but just using a plain bag that I just decorated myself, but these are absolutely perfect. So what you need is just any kind of paper bag, and I like the ones without a gusset, so they're just completely, flat on the bottom. Well, not flat, but there's no bottom. It's just comes not folded. It's like this. Anyways, you need that. And then any kind of die that is a shape that you like. I am going to be using the frame. It's a scallop oval frame. And the thing, I'm going to take off my glasses. The thing about the bags is that it fits these dies perfectly. There's like one size up, maybe like the Tim Holtz dies. They're a little bit too big. They won't fit in the bag. Well, this particular bag, but if you're using something else, then it might. But then, of course, you have to be mindful of it fitting through your Big Shot or your Cuddle Bug. Anyways, so I'm going to be using this. So you need any kind of bag, and you need some transparency film, or you can use plastic like from your packaging. Like if you open, some type of plastic packaging. Okay, so I've already cut everything. And what you do is you just take your die and you slip it down inside. And you just kind of eyeball it. Go down as far as you want, as high as you want. And it's pretty easy to center. Just, kind of pinch off the sides, see about how far you are apart. And then you're just going to run it through your machine. And then I'll show you what I'm going to do. Alrighty. Okay, so let's move this out of the way. And this is what you're left with. Well, this too, and I save these little pieces because I use them on cards, and I'll show you that in a minute. Okay, so what you're left with basically is a window. So that's where your transparency film comes in. And what you do next is just apply tape. Now, if some of you ladies watched one of my other videos, I was saying how when I bought my ATG gun quite a while back, I also bought tape refills, and I put them somewhere safe. So safe that they are hidden from myself. I can't find them. So one of the viewers of that particular video commented that, watch, as soon as I bought new tape, that the other ones would appear. So I broke down and I bought some. So far yet I haven't found them, but they're in here somewhere, in this craft room somewhere. Okay, so you attach your tape, and of course you're going to measure your opening, so then you figure out how big you need to cut your transparency, and then you just slip it in here, go down, center it, so that obviously that your tape's not exposed, and there you go. You've created a nice little window. Okay, you could also, because you can stamp and you can print on these transparencies, use some Stays-On ink, maybe decorate the window, maybe stamp it with maybe like some script or something. You can also emboss those. That would be cool too. So let me show you the finished one. Okay, and let me show you really quick. I've used another die, and it has it's the shape of a tag. So, okay. Move these out of the way and show you the completed one. So you saw the cards I made for Mrs. Tippett. That's the twins preschool teacher. I don't know the teacher that Michelle's going to have, so I can't make theirs yet, hers yet. But this is all packaged up. So I made 6 cards. I used the top note shape for this one. I made the cards, tucked them inside, and I like monkeyed around with like adding a flower or something here, but I don't know, I just like the plain, simple, clean, elegant look. And actually, a lot of the stuff I've been making lately is inspired by Somerset magazine. I love their magazine. They have quite a few different publications, but I absolutely love their style. It's just like real just clean and just classic looking. So anyways, then I've included a pin that I made with a little flower on the end. I'm going to show you how I did that. And then just a little tag. And it says, just for you. And I put a little flower with a button. And what I did, let me show you really quick, is I just fold over the top. Fold it over like this, depending how far you want to go down with it. And then I took my scallop scissors and I went ahead and recut this edge just to make it look a little more, you know, defined. And then I punched 2 holes, and then I took some organza ribbon. And you can, you know, obviously tie the bow however you'd like. But what I did with this one is you put the ribbon straight through the both holes and you pull it to the back, and then you crisscross it in the back and put the tails back up through those holes and pull it around to the front, and then you pull it tight, and then there you have your faux bow. Okay, so that's it. This is going to be her present, and I'm so glad it's done. So let me show you with the pin. Okay, I know a lot of us have made these. My sister-in-law's made them, and she's given them to me, and like I made this one a super long time ago. But the only thing I don't like about these pins is the way I learned how to make them is you cut like a stem off of a flower, you know, and if you can see right here, you kind of need that little bit of a stem so that you can hold it next to the pin while you wrap the green floral tape around there, and that way it has something to hold on to, you know, the pin. Okay, well, I don't like that. I don't like that thing showing right there. So one day I was monkeying around with the pin, and I've already done it to this one, but you take, these are just like the Bic, you know, pins, and you take some wire cutters, and this has like a little black little plug in it, and I threw it out so I can't even show you, but there's just like a little black plug in there. And if you take your wire cutters and you just kind of go around and squeeze, it loosens that plug, and then you can just pull it right out, and then you have a hole. Okay, so then what I do is I take my flower, and for these pins I'm using just these little flowers with a little stem. You just need some type of a stem, not too long. I'm going to cut that longer part off. And then what I do is, and obviously you can embellish your flower however you'd like, I put a little bit of hot glue right down in there, and being careful when I put my glue gun, being careful when I put my flower, I put that stem right down in that hole, just being careful not to push it actually down into the barrel of the actual pin itself, because then you'll pop like the ink and it'll get loose and it'll get all over your fingers and stuff. So then just hold it for a second. And like I said, you can totally, of course, how everybody paints their flowers and stuff, embellish them however you'd like. And then just take your floral tape, and this is super easy peasy, and wrap it around. And you butt it up right up against the bottom of the flower, and do it a little more gracefully than I to get it started. Oh my goodness, having troubles. Okay, well, it's worked easier earlier. Anyways, and then you just cover it, wrap up the whole thing, and then you cover it. So that's what I've done for these little pins that I made right here. because I didn't want it to be too big. Okay, that's one idea. And then the next idea is these are clear boxes. And you get them. I'll put the link down below. The company is Clear. It's called Clear Bags. Also Impact Images. But they sell these super cool boxes. And I've been using these for like the last, I want to say 5 years, 5 or 6 years. And you can embellish, you know, the boxes however you'd like. But I usually make like a set of anywhere from 6 to 10 cards. And I'll show you these. These are super simple, easy. All I've done is taken some cream color cardstock, corner rounded all of the, you know, the corners, took some craft cardstock, some sheet music, embellished it by cutting, well, not embellished, but cut it with the zigzag scissors, and then tied a little piece of ribbon or twine. And then these glassine envelopes are the little envelopes that were in some of the vintage findings from Making Memories, you know, when they all clearanced out and we all swooped them all up. And I just tucked a little flower in there, and then I stamped 3 of the cards aspire to be, and 3 of the cards that say one of a kind, and I alternated with the cotton twine and then the jute twine. So, and then on the envelopes I just kind of inked around the edges to make them look a little bit older, and then stamped a postcard stamp. So then I just put them in this box. Oh, I left an envelope in there. And I like to face like the last envelope and the back. I like to have the, you know, the front of the envelope showing. That way it looks, you know, pretty. And then I just took a piece of muslin and I cut it with my scissors. And, okay, it's not going to close right. I just cut it. Don't want to bend that little envelope. Okay, well, it's not working right now, but so I just take some muslin, this is what it looks like, and you see my scissors sewing only, and I cut it. You just give like a little snip and then tear it, and then I just tied that on here and added my pin. So that's one other packaging idea. They make excellent gifts. I mean, teachers will love you. Like I've said before, they'll chant your name in the streets. Speaking of chanting your name in the streets, if you haven't seen Roxy's latest video, oh my gosh, Roxy Fur. Roxy, you are friggin' hilarious. You crack me up. Her husband really is a leprechaun, and she's a pixie. Okay, you have to see her hear her story about fried green tomatoes and menopause brain, because if that's the case, Rox, I think I have it. Okay, next idea. Let's see how much time I have. Okay, I'm really counting down here. Next idea. Super easy. This is for holding cards as well. You take a sheet of 8.5 by 11 pattern paper and you sandwich it between 2 pieces of wax paper, and then you stitch all the way around. This is already folded up and stitched, but you lay it out flat, stitch all the way around, and I just cut the edge with my scallop scissors, and then I scored it like at 3" and then at 7". Folded up that folded up the bottom and stitched it again, so it created this little pocket. And then I just poked my brad through my flower and to the back and through the ribbon or the lace. That way it creates my closure. And that's another really pretty way to send cards or to make a card collection. My last thing that I'm going to show you is you can mail in clear cellophane envelopes, which that company Clear Bags also sells. And what I do is I make cards. Okay, this is another simple Somerset inspired card. And I face the back of the card out to the back of the envelope. That way they don't see it. And I create my own little, you know, to and from label or, you know, what have you. That way it covers the card. And I just do simple stuff. And, you know, this vintage rose image was perfect because I can put my name right here too, and then from. And you just slip it inside. Sometimes it's a little more expensive to mail them in clear envelopes, but they still always do mail. So that's another idea. So anyways, okay, I'm just right about that 15 minutes. So I hope you guys liked my ideas, and if you have any questions, send me a message. And thanks for watching, ladies. Good night. Bye.